pull up, black boy hop out. Shout out to my mother and my father, didn't pull out. MSG sell out, fuck these niggas got bout. Whips on whips, my ancestors got the backside.
Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Ciao. I put on a beanie today look, I'm not giving anyone the satisfaction of clocking this here mosquito's nest that I'm calling my lace. So we just gonna put a beanie on it and gonna call it a day. Hi, how are you guys doing? Period. Say what's up. If you're a returning subscriber here, you know that I am what they would call a reality TV connoisseur, okay? The way that reality TV just raised me as a child. One of those shows that raised me in particular was Bad Girls Club. So when I heard about all this shit that's going on at Zeus headquarters, I decided to seize the opportunity to talk about this mess. If you're not familiar with the network, Zeus Network, and if you're not familiar with Baddies, Natalie Nunn, they're all just the recent drama that's been going on. Don't worry, I got you. Sit down, get you a snack. We're gonna talk about it today. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of backstory or background on the Zeus Network that is going to be mentioned in this video today. So Zeus Network was founded in 2018 by Amanda Seri, Daystorm Power, Lamel Plummer, and King Botch. Yes. That King Botch. The network was originally created to be focused on influencers in their daily lives. If I'm not mistaken, I remember Jake Paul having a show on there, Lil Tay having a show on there. Daystorm Power, Amanda Seri, and King Botch were all three very popular Viners and then Instagram influencers in like 2016, 2015. I remember watching their videos literally all the time. Lamel Plummer, he has some executive producing credits on shows like Preachers of LA and so on and so forth. Zeus ends up going through many phases between like its reality TV phase. So then it just started producing a plethora of like love shows. You saw shows from Blame It on Quay. I remember for a fact Chance, who was a contestant with his brother Real on I Love New York. He ended up getting his own love show on Zeus as well as B. Simone. She also had a show on there which gave us iconic moments such as
B, I did not see her on the sheet. If 2 plus 2 is 4, right? And 5 plus 5 is 10. Okay. What the fuck is this?
And
Pokey. And turn your big ass around and get the fuck back to your fucking seat. The fuck is wrong with your ashy ass?
all that was cool, fine, and dandy. And really, we got introduced to then Blac Chyna, who for a little bit was kind of like the Princess of Zeus. Her show created all kinds of iconic moments, of course, like she was the it girl.
To help you embezzle money.
Embezzle?
Yeah.
Embezzle?
Because you wanted me to
Embezzle? Embezzle? Embezzle?
I was helping her.
Embezzle? Cut the cameras. Dead end.
Nobody took care of your ass but me. I'm ready to get the fuck ASAP after this shit. Do it again, I'm gonna rock your world in this month.
So rock it.
Tokyo Tony ended up also getting a show on Zeus where she was finding love and all that other good kind of stuff. It was around 2019 when Blac Chyna hopped on board. But then around this time, I remember specifically seeing a lot of like the bad girls linking up together. Of course, you have Natalie Nunn, which if you guys don't know who Natalie Nunn is.
I like black men, ha ha. But Natalie is the same person that said nose too big. What happened? On your season. What? Portia, her nose was too big. No, I didn't. Gorilla nose. Yes, you did. I never ever in my life said such a thing. There's nothing like that I called someone a gorilla nose. No, Judy. It's on TV. Judy, it doesn't exist. I love you, Natalie. We have to that?
She's black. Her nose looks like a gorilla nose.
If you want a video on Natalie Nunn, let me know and I will give you a detailed video on how despicable she and her life is in general. But just let me know in the comment box below if that's a video that you're interested in. Around this time, a lot of the bad girls like start linking up, you know, and start teasing like a reunion. Like you start hearing like rumors about all the other good kind of stuff. Those of you who don't know, Bad Girls Club basically got the nail in the coffin after the Claremont twins and Jayla sued production, basically let all of their shit get destroyed by the housemates who were very clearly jealous of them. But that's another video for another day. Around this time as well, Blueface ends up creating this show called Blues Girls or something. It's basically an OnlyFans show where he also ends up meeting Krishan Rock. And Natalie is sitting here basically being like, okay, like literally people are getting paid to do our shit. Why don't we just do it? You know, like she's basically trying to find people to pick up a Bad Girls inspired, you know, show that she wants to produce. So Natalie basically ends up collecting as many Bad Girls as she can to, you know, get on this project. But there were many things that ended up coming out. Like the Victor twins allegedly said that Natalie was scamming. People were fighting for producer credits. Natalie was trying to curate fake drama. It was a lot of that. But the Bad Bitch reunion ends up airing on OnlyFans in 2020. Whenever I explain to people like the creation of Zeus or how Zeus is created, it always often feels like a very weird crossover guest starring episode. Like I remember that episode like on Disney Channel where it was like Sweet Life on Wizards of Deck with Waverly Place with Hannah Montana. Like that's what this feels like, because another person who was working on shows behind the scenes with Zeus and producing shows was Ray J. Also, Natalie Nunn just very strangely, but also not strangely because of the accusations that she has against her, but she has a lot of connections to a lot of people, you know, behind the scenes. So Ray J and Princess, his wife, who are working on and producing some shows on Zeus, Natalie was basically reaching out to him, was like, bro, like, can you, like, we gotta get this picked up on Zeus, you know, so we can have, you know, our own shows. Eventually, somehow, and an episode of The Conversation with all the bad girls from the Bad Bitch reunion are on an episode of The Conversation. Now, those of you who don't know what The Conversation is basically like this little show on Zeus where they basically sit down and basically boop, boop, to boop, have a conversation, talk it out, fight out, like whatever ongoing beef they had. Like there's a plethora of well-known people who've been on there. I never watched it because I didn't really care. That's how Natalie then got in touch with Zeus. Baddies ATL is then introduced. With Baddies comes a plethora of other kind of weird accusations. Like, you know, false, very mal business practices. But one of the things that's often discussed is how fake the audition process is. Every year or so, Natalie Nunn makes it seem like, oh, we're having auditions, like we're gonna, you know, pick from like, you know, the girls who show up, when really, in fact, they're just using the girls who audition for content, because they probably only pick maybe about 2 or 3 from the actual auditions. And what we end up finding out now is that the girls they end up picking from the auditions are people that they already had asked to come out, like they had already planted and handpicked. Which now enters Stunna Girl.
I like to make music that moves people. Clap, 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 clap that ass, bitch. Shake that camel toe. Let me see them pussy lips.
Okay, so now enters Stunna Girl. Now, I don't know how chronologically accurate everything that I'm going to tell you guys is, because I'm telling y'all this based on what happened, how I obtained all of this information, and how I saw it happen in real time. Stunna Girl is a rapper who I'm pretty sure many of you who clicked this video are already familiar with. But how I became familiar with Stunna Girl is her song that was trending on TikTok. Got a girl kidnapped and put her in a dog cage and gashed up her stomach, all that other good kind of stuff. I'll put the sources right here. If y'all want a video about Stunna Girl, all her crimes, let me know about that too. But Stunna Girl was casted on Baddies West, and little did Zeus know that was the worst mistake of their life. So earlier in the summer, Stunna Girl and Krishan started coming out and opening their mouth about Zeus being mistreated. As you guys know, Krishan was pregnant with Junior, and according to Stunna Girl and Krishan, they both alleged that she was mistreated during her pregnancy by production.
And Krishan ain't lying. She's not. She's not. They was doing my girl bad when she was pregnant. Like, seriously, I had to have my people step in a couple times. Like, come on now.
Now around this time, Stunna Girl was like going off, flapping at the mouth. Some of it is irrelevant up until now, which I'm about to tell you. Natalie Nunn, like a dummy, ends up going on an interview. Natalie in this interview is basically talking about all the girls who ended up on Baddies or whatever, and like an idiot, she mentioned Stunna Girl's name.
Oh, you guys only cast the Stop Playing. Where did BB come from? Where did Razor come from? Hold on, let me think of you. Stunna Girl.
She mentioned Stunna Girl, basically alleging and alluding to the fact that she made Stunna Girl, which, as a lot of us know, isn't true. And this is when the floodgates were open, and this is how I now became familiar with everything that I know now. Stunna Girl starts basically blasting Zeus Network for so many things I feel like a lot of the fans already knew, but Stunna Girl just confirmed. One of those things being Scotty sleeping with Lemon Plumber. We're just gonna call him Lemon Pepper because that's how we call him. Lemon Pepper. Lemmy and Stunna had been going back and forth on social media. Like, Lemmy had been making these little subliminal posts and all this other good kind of stuff. And Stunna Girl goes on live where she alleges a plethora of things. She alleges that Scotty and Lemmy are sleeping together, which fans have been speculating. A picture of Scotty and Lemmy being real cuddly, real up close. In the back of Scotty's live and all the other good kind of stuff, which then proceeded to open more floodgates. 2 and 2 finally started equaling 4. In this portion of the video, I'm going to try and cover all of the sexual allegations against Lemon Plumber and just Zeus as a company, because allegedly they have a whole prostitution escort ring going on. Allegedly Lemon Plumber is passing around the clap tip. Like, it's just, hold on, we just gonna get into it now. Thank you guys for watching part 1 of this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I post new videos once a week. Please drink plenty of water and tell someone today that you love them. All right, bye, guys.
Rolls Royce pull up, black boy hop out. Shout out to my mother and my father, they pull out. MSG sell out, fuck these niggas got bout. Whips on whips, my ancestors got the backside. 24500 stacks for the hood. Call me lumberjack, cause I wish a nigga would. Where do it like I, this the wish a nigga could. Face, they ain't getting paper like they should.